Hello and welcome to another episode of Codo Cinema, the podcast show where I talk about movies. I'm your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Codo, aka Codo Man. So we are on season 5, episode 5 of Codo Cinema, or should I say episode 129 of Codo Cinema overall, and it's time to talk about another film topic. Or should I say multiple film topics, because there is an awards show that'll be coming out in March, and just recently last week, a certain award show just dropped their nominations, and if you're probably wondering, that would be the Oscars. So yep, the Oscar nominations for the 95th Academy Awards has dropped last week, and we got the nominees for Best Film, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, you name those categories. And yes, last week I did address the Razzies for the worst of the worst. Now I'm going to go on to the best of the best, which is basically the 95th Academy Awards. So in case you're all wondering, I know I've been slow lately talking about the Oscars. I mean, technically I did not do last year's Oscars take for some reason, because I had other episodes and movie topics planned out, and of course, I was also pretty busy with the rest of schoolwork going on within last year's Oscars, and of course, I know the infamous Will Smith slap that happened last year at the Oscars, and on March 27th, 2022. That award show became infamous for the whole Will Smith slap. Basically, the slapping of Chris Rock that Will Smith did on live TV in front of a wide audience. And this was March 27th of last year. And now Will Smith, according to the Oscars and the Academy Awards, Will Smith has been banned from the Academy Awards for 10 years. In case if anybody hasn't heard, but I'm pretty sure almost everybody has heard, because obviously the Will Smith slap has been posted online, and it now has become a meme, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, we flash forward to the 95th Academy Awards, and the nominations have dropped last week, and the ceremony for the Oscars will be March 12th of 2023, and this will honor the 2022 films. So now I will go over the nominations in just a minute, but I'm just gonna say this: I have no idea which film will win an Oscar. I mean, I know I'm gonna go off the films to say which films are nominated, but I'm not really sure who's gonna win. Who and what film is going to win, I should say. So, but I do have a few predictions for some categories. So let's dive into that, shall we? So let's start off at the top, which is Best Picture. Now, the films that are being nominated for Best Picture is All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. Okay, so from the Best Picture nominees that I just mentioned, I have seen I have seen a few of them. Most notably, Elvis, The Fablemans, and Top Gun Maverick. I have seen clips from Tar and the first 10-20 minutes of All Quiet on the Western Front. Now, the big surprise is Top Gun Maverick. Now, do I think it will win? I am not really sure. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise as Maverick, who also produced this film, did a fantastic job with Top Gun Maverick, and it really is. It made over $1 billion, over $1.4 billion. Even though Avatar: The Way of Water took over the highest grossing film of 2022, which belonged to Top Gun Maverick at one point, but now Avatar: The Way of Water grossed over $2 billion, so that's definitely something. Now, Top Gun Maverick, I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to win, but it is a surprise because it'll definitely draw viewers to watch the ceremony. So technically, that is something. Now, I have not seen Triangle of Sadness, nor Women Talking, nor Everything Everywhere All at Once. Although Everything Everywhere All at Once, I heard that one's a good film. The Banshees of Inisherin, I have not seen, although that one is a pretty good film too. Um, Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, just to keep in mind, back in 2010, during the 2010 Oscars, Avatar, the very first Avatar film that James Cameron did, was nominated for Best Picture, although it didn't take home the win. It didn't take home the win. The Hurt Locker took home Best Picture, to which, FYI, James Cameron's ex-wife, Catherine Bigelow, won the Academy Award for Best Picture, but also Best Director as well. Just to throw it out there, because because James Cameron and his ex-wife were nominated back in 2010 for their respective films, The Hurt Locker and Avatar. So just to throw that out there. Now, I heard a lot of good things about Avatar: The Way of Water. I know it's a very long film. I mean, obviously James Cameron loves to make long films, and he took his time on Avatar: The Way of Water. Although, like I said, I have not seen this film, but I might actually check it out once it drops onto Disney Plus or whatever streaming service it will drop. I'm pretty sure it's Disney Plus since Disney bought Fox now. Now, Elvis, I have seen Elvis, and I loved Elvis. The film was very good. Best Picture nomination, I mean, obviously, I think it's a good choice. Will it win? It is up to debate. The Fablemans, I have seen The Fablemans. The Fablemans was obviously a very good film. I was actually surprised that The Fablemans won Best Picture at the Golden Globes. I believe it was for Best Drama or Musical or something. I forgot what category it was. But The Fablemans was basically a autobiography film based on Steven Spielberg's life growing up to become a filmmaker. That was actually a pretty good film. I think that one might actually win Best Picture, although don't quote on me. This is a prediction. I'm predicting it might win since it won the Best Picture Golden Globe at the Golden Globes this year. So I mean, it would be a huge surprise, but that's probably my prediction. Tar is another film I heard is very good, but to which this film Tar is actually a film I really want to see because I saw the trailer and it pulled me in because Tar focuses on Kate Blanchett's character Lydia Tarr, who is a composer and conductor, to which her character is basically one. She's basically known as an American pianist, a composer, as I mentioned, and the first female chief conductor of the Berlin Philharmonic, and of course other huge symphony orchestra groups, and it keeps going. Now, like I said, I have not seen this film, but it is a film that I actually want to see because I'm also a musician myself, and I think and Tar is definitely is a. I heard a lot of good things about Tar, and it does have a bit of comparisons to Whiplash, starring J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller, which also focuses on music, and particularly J.K. Simmons' character being a conductor, music conductor as well. So anyway, moving forward to best director, for the Banshees of Inisherin, Martin McDonagh. For Everything All at Once, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. For The Fablemans, Steven Spielberg. Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. Forgive my mispronunciation because some of these directors are pretty new to me, like Martin McDonagh, and of course Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, and obviously Ruben Ostlund. So forgive my mispronunciations. And which film I don't know which director is gonna win. I mean, it is a very tough call. I mean, I don't have a prediction on that one, so I'll just move on right now. Now, for best actor, I do have a prediction for that one, and that could possibly change once the award show it will premiere. Okay, in March. So going for best actor, we got Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for Aftersun, and Bill Nye for Living. Now, here's a prediction for this one, and this one could possibly change. I believe Austin Butler might win this for Elvis because many people are literally calling out for Oscar nominations for Austin Butler, and it certainly did. But do you think he'll win the award? There is a very high chance that he will. But he's got competition with Brendan Fraser because Brendan Fraser is nominated for Best Actor for The Whale, and let's be honest, Brendan Fraser has been through a lot of tough times lately in the past, particularly with his career, because his career took a downturn due to his personal issues, but has come back and gave one of his best performances ever, to which he was nominated for a Golden Globe, and now he's nominated for an Oscar and several other awards. And now it is a tough competition because right now it's between Brendan Fraser and Austin Butler for the win for Elvis. Now this would be a huge surprise for Brendan Fraser, as it could be that could be one of his biggest achievements, winning the award for Best Actor at the Oscars. Now, a recognition that is a very good recognition and a high one too, because Brendan, like I said, Brendan Fraser has been through a lot of troubled times lately in his career, and now he has bounced back to bring his career back on track. So that's pretty good. So it is definitely a huge prediction that I think Austin Butler might win, but that could change. I mean, you never know. Now, in my previous episode, I mentioned in the Razzies episode, I mentioned that I predicted that Elvis might be the second overall film to win an Academy Award and a Razzie, because in the previous episode I mentioned because there was a movie called Wall Street which featured Michael Douglas and Daryl Hannah. Michael Douglas won the Academy Award for Best Actor, while Daryl Hannah won the Razzie Award for it was one of the worst for like worst actress or maybe worst supporting actress. I don't remember which actress category it was, but that film did won a Razzie for that. So basically, Wall Street won the Oscar and Razzie, but there's a huge prediction. This is a huge prediction coming out of me that Elvis might win an Oscar and a Razzie, and it might be the second film, overall film, to win an Oscar and a Razzie. Now I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we'll have to wait till the awards ceremony commences in March. Now moving forward to Best Actress. For Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, which is the Marilyn Monroe biopic, Andrea Riseborough to Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fablemans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, there is a high chance that Kate Blanchett might win her third Oscar. I think that is probably the rumor that I am hearing. Now, for the other actresses, it is very hard to tell, but I think Kate Blanchett might win the Oscar for Best Actress for Tar. And this will definitely be her third win if she wins Best Actress. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to win, but there's a high chance that she might. And that's my prediction right there for Best Actress. Now, moving forward to Best Supporting Actor. We got Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Cause Away, Judd Hirsch for The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin. So, looks like we got two supporting actors from The Banshees of Inisherin going up against each other for Best Supporting Actor. And for Everywhere All at Once. And for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ke Huy Quan. Now, for Best Supporting Actor, I think the biggest prediction will definitely be for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that will be Ke Huy Quan winning Best Supporting Actor. Now, for those of you who don't know who Ke Huy Quan is, he was he was a child actor who was in a couple of Steven Spielberg films, most notably Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, who played Short Round, and of course Data from The Goonies, both of which were produced and filmed by Spielberg. Although Richard Donner was the one who directed the Goonies, but Steven Spielberg was heavily involved with that film. In case you all were probably wondering, but Steven Spielberg helmed Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So Ke Huy Quan has disappeared from Hollywood for quite a while, and most notably, this was brought up after his Golden Globe win for Best Supporting Actor, that he was doing stunts for other films. Basically, he was like a stunts coordinator. So he was helping out on other films. So he was still involved in Hollywood, but not so much for acting roles. And of course, one of the few films that he did stunts for was the very first X-Men film. And there was actually a behind-the-scenes photo of Ke Huy Quan being the stunt coordinator for the very first X-Men film. There's actually a behind-the-scenes photos for that. It was during the Statue of Liberty fight when Wolverine was going up against Mystique in the very first X-Men film that came out in 2000. There's a behind-the-scenes photo that online, or should I say on the internet, that is actually out there. And for what I heard that his performance was very good in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and the prediction is he could possibly win Best Supporting Actor. Although he is going up against Barry Keoghan and Brendan Gleeson for Best Supporting Actor for The Banshees of Inisherin, but we'll probably have to wait and see until the ceremony commences. Now, moving forward to Best Supporting Actress. Angela Bassett for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Hong Chu for The Whale. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Wow, it looks like we got two Best Supporting Actress nominations from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, the biggest prediction for this one, I believe Angela Bassett might win Best Supporting Actress because because I saw the film I saw Panther Wakanda Forever just recently on Disney Plus, and her performance in Black Panther Wakanda Forever was obviously the main highlight of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now I know a lot of people are split with this film because most notably the story, and of course, I mean, I know this film. I know people went. A lot of people went to see this film because of the death of Chadwick Boseman. First and foremost, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, by the way. And with Angela Bassett, I mean, she's definitely a very good actress, and she played a very good role in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And a lot of people are saying that she deserves an Oscar. Now, I will definitely say this: that could definitely happen, and it might be, and it could be so because a lot of people are saying that she definitely deserves an Oscar. Although that could possibly change because you never know. Sometimes you may not always get the right predictions. I mean, I'm always wrong at times, but hey, after seeing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, that could possibly change. Angela Bassett might win best best supporting actress. Now, now moving forward to best original screenplay, we got The Banshees of Inisherin, Martin McDonagh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, The Fablemans, Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner, Tar, Todd Field, Triangle of Sadness, Ruben Ostlund, and that's basically it. Now I am not very sure which film will win Best Original Screenplay, so I'm not very sure about that. But moving forward to Best Adapted Screenplay, All Quiet on the Western Front, Edward Berger, Leslie Patterson, and Ian Stockel. And we also got Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, Ryan Johnson, based on obviously the first Knives Out film. We also got Living, which is being written by Kazuo Ishiguro. Top Gun Maverick, written by Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, and Christopher McQuarrie, with a story by Peter Craig and Justin Marks. And then we got Women Talking, written by Sarah Polly. And I don't know which film will win Best Adapted Screenplay, so we'll find that out. Now, moving forward to Best Animated Feature Film. Now, Best Animated Feature Film, it is one of those film categories where it's going to be a tough call. Which film is going to win? And there's a high prediction on which one may win. Now, most notably, if you remember the previous Best Animated Feature categories, normally most of the Best Animated Feature categories go to Disney, because here's the thing: Disney in the past has really made a lot of great animated feature films. Some good, some bad, some in the middle of the road. I guess you can make that argument of that, because the previous years Disney has really been taking home best animated feature films, mainly in the 2010s most recently. But let's not forget, Best Animated Feature Film, that first started in 2022. And the very first animated feature film that won in the Best Animated Feature category. You want to take a guess? Give up? Well, I'll let you know. Because the winner for Best Animated Feature Film went to Shrek. And that was and Shrek was not Disney. That was by DreamWorks. DreamWorks became the first studio to win Best Animated Feature Film for in the Best Animated Feature category, and DreamWorks was the very first one. And of course, you have other films that came by. Now, cut to the other years. Disney has been taking home the category for during the 2010s and so forth. I mean, don't get me wrong. There has been other animated feature films from different studios also won in that category too. But going into the best animated feature film category for the 2023 Oscars, we got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. Now, Turning Red, for those of you who may or may not know, Turning Red is Disney Pixar. And may I remind you, Turning Red was supposed to be in theaters last year, but Disney decided to put it on Disney Plus. And here's the fact about that. That film was marketed for theaters. There were movie trailers for that in theaters. I went to see a few films in theaters, and that theater showed the trailers for Turning Red. But when the announcement came that Turning Red was gonna hit straight to Disney Plus, many people, let's just say this, many people were not very happy with the decision that Disney made, and it seems as though Disney put their fingertips on Turning Red, and not just Turning Red. The same goes with the Lightyear film. The Buzz Lightyear film. The Lightyear film is not nominated for Best Animated Feature Film because here's the thing. I'm actually kind of glad that Lightyear is not nominated because let's just say the story wasn't very good, to be honest. And don't get me started with Strange World. Now, I don't think Turning Red is going to win. I say the two contenders for this category, it goes to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And a fun fact, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is the third Pinocchio film that came out in 2022, which we had in 2022 three different Pinocchio films. The first one being the Pauly Shore US dubbed version of Pinocchio, to which that film was made in Russia. The second Pinocchio film was obviously the live action Disney remake that Robert Zemeckis did, and now Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And just to add in for a meta joke, Pinocchio made a cameo in the Puss in Boots film. So, yeah. So, I guess the biggest thing is, will Puss in Boots or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio win Best Animated Feature Film? It is a tie right now, but you never know. Okay, so moving forward to Best International Feature Film, All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina, 1985, Close, EO, and The Quiet Girl. Actually, let me go off from where all the films that I mentioned for Best International Feature Film. All Quiet on the Western Front from Germany, Argentina, 1985 from Argentina, Close from Belgium, EO from Poland, and The Quiet Girl from Ireland. And I think All Quiet on the Western Front might win Best International Feature Film. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but well, we'll see what happens. Alright, moving forward to Best Documentary Feature, we got All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. Moving forward to Best Documentary Short Subject, The Elephant Whisperers, Hollout, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, and Stranger at the Gate. Now moving forward to Best Live Action Short Film, An Irish Goodbye, Evalu, Le Pupil, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. Now moving forward to Best Animated Short Film, The Boy, the Mole, The Fox and the Horse, The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, and this next title, oh my goodness, this next film, oh my goodness. And I'm just gonna say this right now, it's a pretty crazy title, My Year of Dicks, which is basically based on notes to boys and other things I shouldn't share in public, which is based on a comedic memoir, and I am not messing around. That is the name of the film's title, My Year of Dicks. That's the name of the film that's the title of the film, and I'm not making this up, by the way. And of course, the final film being nominated in Best Animated Short Film. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Okay, moving on to the musical categories. So starting with Best Original Score. All Quiet on the Western Front, Volker Bertelmann, Babylon, Justin Hurwitz, The Banshees of Inisherin, Carter Burwell, Everything Everywhere All at Once by Son Lux, and The Fablemans by John Williams. And I just want to say this right now. This is John Williams's 53rd Oscar nomination, because let's be honest, John Williams has literally become a huge legend, and he is also 90 years old, making him the oldest competitive nominee in Oscar history, and this is his 53rd Oscar nomination. Plus, he also broke his own record as the most Oscar nominated living person and the second most nominated person behind Walt Disney. Now that is a record breaking streak right there. Now, I'm not sure if John Williams is going to win the Oscar. I'm not very sure. Now, I don't really know I don't know which film composer is going to win Best Original Score. So I'm not very sure about that. But moving forward to Best Original Song. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Diane Warren, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, got Lady Gaga and Blood Pop, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, music by Thames, Rihanna, Ryan Coogler, and Ludwig Göransson. By the way, this is Ludwig Göransson's second Oscar nomination, but his first Oscar nomination for Best Original Song. Not Two from RRR, music by M.N. Keeravani, with the lyrics by Chandra Bose. This Is Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once, music by Ryan Lott, David Byrne, and Mitski, with lyrics by Ryan Lott and David Byrne. And David Burney. Now moving forward to Best Sound. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun Maverick. Best Production Design. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fablemans. Moving on to Best Cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardot, False Chronicle of Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light. Well, actually, let me start over. For Best Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, Jane's Friend, Bardot, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Darius Khanji, Elvis by Mandy Walker, Empire of Lights by Roger Deakins, and Tar, Florian Hofmeister. Now moving forward to Best Makeup and Hairstyling. All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. Now, I am not really sure which film is going to win. I heard rumors that The Batman might win Best Makeup and Hairstyling, although it does have competition with The Whale and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and of course Elvis, though I'm not very sure which film is going to win Best Makeup and Hairstyling. I'm not very sure about that yet. Now, moving forward to Best Costume Design. We got Babylon, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. For Best Film Editing, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. Now, the final category, Best Visual Effects. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun: Maverick. Now, best visual effects has been a very, very competitive topic, particularly with the superhero genre. Because when a superhero genre gets nominated, it doesn't really win. It doesn't really win. Well, except for Spider-Man 2. Because Spider-Man 2 won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects back in 2005. And of course, the nomination for Best Visual Effects continues with a lot of superhero films nowadays. Because last year we had Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man: No Way Home getting Oscar nominations for Best Visual Effects, except that Dune took home the win. Now for the Best Visual Effects this year, I am not really sure which one will go. I think Avatar: The Way of Water might win that one, unless Top Gun: Maverick steals the win, which to be honest, that is a pretty tough competition to be at right now. So I'm not really sure, but we'll know until we know once the Oscars ceremonies commence on March 12th of 2023. Now that is basically it. That is basically the Oscar nominations. Forgive my mispronunciations because some of these directors are very new to me. And of course, will the 2023 Oscars be good? I am not really sure because their viewership numbers have been going down ever since the late 2010s, particularly with 2018, because the 2018 Oscars started that trend, but then going into 2020, it went lower and lower. Most probably because the Oscar ceremonies are not, let's just say this, entertaining. They're not as entertaining as they were in the past because remember when Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes says, you don't use this don't use your acceptance speech to make a political statement. Thank you agent, thank your fans, thank your filmmakers for this amazing opportunity. Kind of know what I'm saying, because Ricky Gervais does bring up a very good point. Don't use those acceptance speeches to make a political statement. Just say how honored you are for winning this award, because a lot of people will literally turn off, because that's how the recent ceremonies were like, particularly in the 2020s, because many of the people who are accepting their awards are making political statements instead of just accepting the Oscar and saying thank you to those who were involved with this film. If you know what I'm saying. So I'm just throwing it out there. To why the Oscars and of course all the other award shows were not doing so well with their viewerships since obviously not since the 2020s, I should say. Now, will that change for 2023? I am not really sure, but I'm pretty sure with Top Gun Maverick, I'm pretty sure because now Top Gun Maverick will definitely draw a crowd right now. But will Top Gun Maverick win some nominations? They'll probably win a couple, maybe. But as of now, we'll have to wait and see once the 95th Academy Awards will commence on March 12th, 2023. So anyway, that's all I have. What do you all think? What do you all think? Do you think this is a good nomination? What do you think this is a good list so far for the Oscar nominations? Do you think other films should have been nominated? Let me know your thoughts. So anyway, thank you all for tuning into Codo Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo, aka Codo Man. Remember to watch movies and stay positive.